Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I am here to talk about Game 47 of the regular season. Astros lose 3-2 in the 10th, walk-off for the second time in 3 days against the freaking Rangers. And I think we got walked off in one of the A's games as well, or the one A's game they won. So this... Okay, going into the series, I mentioned this yesterday. There was no reason we shouldn't sweep. There was no reason whatsoever that they shouldn't, at the bare minimum, win the series. There was no reason. And instead, we got swept 3-0 by the Rangers. 1-6 of their last 7 going into it. The Astros, 8-1 going into it. Hottest team in baseball, one of the worst going into the series. Look, I'm not saying you have to sweep them. It wasn't a sweep or bust situation. I've never said that about a series, and I never will. It's never sweep or bust, and especially since you're playing in their home stadium, yeah, they're probably going to steal the game. I'm fine with that. After the first game, I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's one of their better pitchers. We're going to have Lance tomorrow and then Javier Sunday. So, we can win the series, no problem. Dust your hands off. Don't worry about it. Yesterday, awful game. Today, somehow even worse, even though this was closer, even though this was just the one-run game. Somehow way worse. Because this is not going to be normal weather. This is very unusual recap, because I'm not going to be using my notes. I'm just going to be venting. I don't understand how you can continue to let Dusty Baker do this to the team, honestly. I like Dusty Baker as a person. I've said this 1,000 times. If you don't fire him, you at the bare minimum need to take away pitching duties from Dusty Baker and give them to Brett Strom. If you want to do, I don't think it's ever been done, and I think it's super unorthodox if it's ever even has been done. If you want to let Dusty handle all the hitting stuff, the lineups, pinch hit, pinch run, and defensive replacements, if you want to let him handle that, perfect, that's fine, I'm cool with that. But you cannot continue to let him handle pitching. That has to be Brett Strom's thing, because that's what he's good at. And Dusty Baker is horrible. There's no other way to put it. 10th inning, right? 1-run game. You bring Ryan Presley back in, and that was a good idea. I'm fine bringing Presley back in. He was good, only like 6 pitches. You haven't used him in a while. Cool, use him. First batter, I think, was a ground out, moves the guy to third. Winning run is at third base, 1 out. Adolis Garcia comes up, who has owned you this series. Going into that at-bat, in the 3 games, he had 4 hits, 3 home runs. So, you gotta say, walk him. No, nothing else. Walk him. There's no reason not to. He's been the pitchers of the Astros' daddy this whole series. He has branded our pitching staff. And so the fact that you don't walk him makes no sense. Even if there were 2 outs, you walk him. It doesn't matter. He's obliterated you this series, and all season, really. He's been one of the hottest hitters over the last little bit of time. So the fact that you don't walk him just on that alone is ridiculous. The fact that you don't walk him to, make a double play eligible to end the inning is ridiculous. But instead you let him hit, and because he's made you pay all series long, he does it again here with the walk-off. And you might say, yeah, well, Weston, it wasn't really a hit. It was hit, Altuve got his glove on. He just wasn't able to throw home. I don't care. He made good contact and won the game on it. He won the game. That's it. That's the end of the story. And the series wasn't just bad because it was 2 of your really, really good pitchers going up against 2 of their really, really, really bad pitchers. Not just the fact that, you were as hot as could be going into the series and they were just playing cellar-dweller baseball. Look at the next 2 weeks. Where are the wins going to come from in the next 2 weeks? Where are they going to come from? You face, I want to get this exact, Tuesday and Wednesday you face the Dodgers. And it's going to be, I think, Kershaw and Bauer. So 2 players who both have won Cy Young Awards in the past 5 years. Kershaw, who's probably the best lefty, I would personally say the best pitcher career-wise still active in baseball. I have a soft spot for Clayton Kershaw. So you face him and then Bauer, who definitely has been using a substance, but no one's ready for that conversation. You face those 2 back-to-back nights. Then you face 3 against the Padres. Then 4 against the Red Sox. 3 against the Blue Jays, yeah, I guess he could win some of those. And then 3 more against Boston, and those 3 are in Boston. Where are the wins? You split the Toronto series? That's 2, but the Dodgers, they're fantastic, and the Padres are also fantastic. You have 2 teams back-to-back, one of which, really you have 3 teams back-to-back who all have a very, very good shot of winning their division right now. Like, this was such a crucial series for the Astros to win, just simply because of their upcoming schedule. It's not going to get easier for the next 2 weeks. It's not. It's just simply not. And the fact that you wet the bed the way they did right now, and I didn't go into this saying sweep or bust. I said, yeah, I think we can sweep, but I wasn't going into it with the sweep or bust mentality. That's a ridiculous mentality to carry into any series. They're professionals, and beyond that, you're playing in their home, so they're going to steal a game. And I thought that was the first game, because I'm like, yeah, well, it happens. But this just completely screws up the Astros going forward for the next 2 weeks. And this is why I will have trust issues with this team. Because you're right there for like a 9-game period. I'm like, this is the team. This is the team that we saw in 2017, in 2018, and 2019. The dominant juggernaut who always clutches up, who always finds those weird little ways to win. Because that's what winning teams do. They find the weird ways to win. They don't give up. They keep on trucking, all that other cliche stuff. And they find wins and losses. And then you turn that around and get swept by the Rangers. Oh man, this game was rough. Altuve had another hit. I think he had 2 of them, actually. So that's cool for him. Tucker had a decent game. I think he had 2 hits and a walk. I thought Christian Javier was fine. I thought his 4 1/3 innings of, to that point, shutout baseball, then, Rayleigh gave up the run. Walked way too many guys, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts, but, lowered his ERA some more. Now it's down to a 3.14, which is pretty darn good for a young player like him. And that was it. We play the Dodgers Tuesday. I believe, let me get it correct, it'll be Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers versus Zach Greinke on the mound for the Astros at 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central. And both 2 teammates, ironically, and 2 pitchers that I really, really like. So I'll be here after that. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Astros.